I'll be explaining assembler design options. So far we have presented the design and implementation of two-pass assembler. So we have seen machine dependent feature and machine independent features of two-pass assembler. What is two-pass assembler? So during the first pass, symbol table will be generated. Symbol table will contain symbols and location address. So the location address calculation will be done during the first pass. During the second pass, it will refer the symbol table and it will generate the machine code. Here we will present the design and implementation of one pass assembler and multi-pass assembler. Multi-pass assembler means more than one pass assembler. One pass assembler location address and object code will be generated together. So first one pass assembler. The main problem of one pass assembler is forward reference. So at the same time location address and machine code will be generated. So here the assembler faces forward reference. What do you mean by forward reference? So you might be seen during execution of your program C or C++, any language. So whenever you'll execute, so I will take a simple example here. So execution starts from here, So whenever it will translate this, suppose function prototype is missing, what type of error it will show the compiler? So undefined symbol, sum is undefined symbol. So to solve that, we are using a function prototype, means we are telling the compiler that sum is a function, it's defined. So before the execution, before translating this, before execution of sum, so sum is defined. So the compiler now knows the what is sum. Otherwise, it will give the error like undefined symbol. So same problem will arises in assembly language program also. If the symbols are used before declaring, so assembler does not know the symbol, so it will show the errors. So that type problem is called forward reference. So in one pass assembler, so this is a common problem. So to solve that, two pass assembler or multi-pass assemblers are designed. So eliminating forward reference to data items can be easily done. So this is a simple method. So simply ask the program to define the variable before using them. So this also we are using in your execution. So instead of writing the function prototype, what you are doing? So function definition you will write here before main. So now the function is defined here. So whenever this execute this line, so by the time compiler knows what is sum. So you are writing first function, then you are calling that. The same procedure, first define all the variables, means symbols, then use it. So we can solve forward reference using this method. So this is a programmer side. However, eliminating forward reference to instruction cannot be easily done, but some of the cases like forward jump, backward jump, so this you can't solve using this. For example, so now example this program. So here first we are listed all the symbols are used in your program. For example, EOF, then 3, 0, return address, length, buffer. So these are the symbols are used in a program. This is this subroutine. So that write it first. Then next is read write subroutine. Here is the same procedure. First write all the symbols, then write the program. So here meaning is, so symbols are listed first. But in this case, for example, here refer line number 40, J C loop. So C loop is a label, so it's a jump instruction, so backward jump. Or you can consider line number 30, JEQ end fill. So again it's a jump instruction, jump end fill, so forward reference. So this you can't solve. Backward reference backward jump, we won't face any forward reference, because whenever you are using C loop is JEQ end fill is defined afterwards. So by the time whenever it will translate line number 30, so end fill is undefined. So this is a forward jump, so forward reference. So assembler does not know the symbol. So how to solve this problem? So there are two types of assembler, two types of one pass assembler. The first type is produce object code directly in a memory for immediate execution. So produce object code directly in a memory for immediate execution. That type of assembler is called load and go assembler. So here object program is not generated directly, object code is loaded into the memory. So no loader is needed. Load and go for program development and testing. So translate it and load to memory immediately. So good for computing center where most students resemble their programs each time. So whenever you will modify the program, so this is suitable for that type of cases. Can save time for scanning the source code. So instead of scanning 2 times or 3 times scanning, so scan once, produce the location address, at the same time produce the object code and load to memory. So it saves the scanning time. The second type is produce a usual kind of object program for later execution. So this is like a 2-pass assembler. So during the first pass, scan it and generate the symbol table, and the second pass generate the object program. So this is a normal usual kind of object program. So these are the two types of one pass assembler. Now internal implementation. So the assembler generate object code instruction as it scans the source program. If an instruction operand is a symbol that has not yet been defined, the operand address is omitted when the instruction is assembled. The symbol used as an operand is entered into the symbol table. This entry is flagged to indicate that the symbol is undefined. So normal scanning will be done line by line. So if it enters any symbol, that symbol will be entered to the symbol table, but operand field will be omitted and it marked as flagged or marked as undefined. The address of the operand field of the instruction that refer to the undefined symbol is added to the list of forward reference associated with the symbol table entry. When the definition of a symbol is encountered, the forward reference list of the symbol is scanned and the proper address inserted into the any instruction previously generated. So go on scan the instruction. If more than one instructions are referred to the same symbol, like a linked list, you insert it in a symbol table. Then whenever the definition of that symbol is encountered, now you have to substitute that address and calculate the object code. So for example, so this is the object code after scanning line number 40. Line number 40. So till here up. So whenever so the execution of line number 40 finished. So by the time, so which and all symbols are undefined, return address that is already defined. So it's known for the assembler. Then J sub RDREC line number 15. So by the time here RDREC is defined. This is actually a subroutine that will be defined in a line number 125. So by the time here line number 15 for the assembler, this is undefined. So put into symbol table, mark it as undefined. And the operand field is so only the, so this is a simple program, SIC program. So opcode is 48 for JSUB. Operand field will be blank. Then next one is length is already defined, no issue. Compared 0 also defined. JEQ end fill. So even end fill is unknown, so undefined symbol. Then J sub WREC, even WREC will be undefined. J C loop is already defined. So three symbols are undefined. RDREC, then WREC and end fill. So enter to the symbol table. The symbols are entered to the symbol table, and operand field value field will be marked as undefined. So star indicates undefined, and so here in operand field 48 is a opcode of J sub, the first one RDREC. So the remaining field, okay, so the operand field will be blank, and the next one is end fill. So 30, then operand field will be blank, 48 and blank. Only opcode of will be translated, no operand field, because these symbols are undefined. Then here in a value field it will be linked with the address. So where you have to substitute. So 2013, this is the address location of this. So 48, so 2010 it's the starting location, so its address is in hexe. So 2 digit means 1 byte, 4 bit 4 bit, total it will become 8 bit, so means 1 byte. So 0 1 2 and this is 3. So 2013 is the starting location for RDREC. So 2013, so this is the address location, so substitute the value. The next one here, this is 201C, and here this is 201F. So this is the status after scanning line number 40. The assembler awards the overhead of, what do you mean load and go? One assembler, the assembler awards the overhead of writing the object program and reading it back. So it will translate the object code and load to the memory immediately. That is load and go, one pass assembler. So the symbol table shows after line number 40. So here RDREC was not yet defined. The instruction was assembled with no value assigned, and the operand field is denoted by the blank space. RDREC was entered into the symbol table as an undefined symbol star. Thus address of the operand field of the instruction, that is 2013, that is address field where the operand value has to be substituted. Once it defined, that will be inserted into the value field. So the same process will be done for WREC and end field. Now we'll continue. After scanning line number 160, 160 means 160 means here after execution of this line. So by the time, so previously we have stopped here 40, so three symbols are undefined. So RDREC, end fill and WREC. So line number 45 end fill will be defined. So now here undefined symbol, okay, end fill here line number 30, line number 45 end fill is defined. So now the substitution will be done. So whenever you encounter 160, even the RDREC, this symbol will be defined in 125. So these two symbols are initialize the operand field. So the address, end fill address is 2024. End fill is this 201C. In this field, blank field, the address 2024 will be initialized. 101C. End fill. So the value field will be 2024. Same as RDREC, its address location is 2034. Now it refers to the 2013. 2013 means here 48. So 203D, that will be substituted here. The next one is end fill. So the operand value is 2024. 1C, it will be substituted here, 302024. Even line number 160, WREC is undefined. Now after scanning line number 160, so these are the symbols are undefined. The same process will be continue. WREC referred once again, so it's a linked list. The same field will be referred the 2034. So the operand field will be blank. Then exit, even this symbol is undefined, that will be entered to the symbol table with marked as load and go assembler. After scanning line number 160, so this will happen on line number 45. The symbol end fill is defined. The assembler placed the value in the symbol table entry. The assembler then insert the value into the instruction operand field. So this it will get from value field. So 201C, it will be initialized with the address field 201C and the next location 201D. From this point on, any reference to end fill would not be a forward reference and would not be entered in the list, because end fill is defined. So forward reference, what we all cause because of this symbol, that will be resolved. So at the end of the processing of the program, any symbol table entries that are still marked as undefined at the end of the program. So whenever it will encounter end means end of the program, if any symbols are marked with the star, then that is an error. This will be generated error. Okay, the second type, one pass assembler by generating object program, same as the usual kind. Generate, so in this case object program will be generated. Generate another text record with the correct operand address. So undefined symbol, okay, whenever the symbol is defined, so that the new text record will be written for that undefined symbol. So when the program is loaded, this address will be inserted into the instruction by the action of the loader. So now this is a during the loading, so we'll write the separate text record for undefined symbol. Because of that, forward reference is occurred. Now during load time, so that substitution will be done. The operand field will be substituted with the new text record value. So for example, so here in this text record 4800 line number 30, so end fill, that will be undefined. 48 is the opcode of that instruction. So the operand field will be, okay, 0. So in this case 0 will be inserted because it is unknown for the assembler, it will mark it as 0. Now line number 45, the end fill will be defined. So for that, the new text record will be written. So text record 201C, that is the address of starting address of end fill symbol, and the address is 2024. So the new text record for only for undefined symbol. So 02 is the length of 2024. Now during the load time, so this 2024 is substituted here. The same thing is true for the RDREC and one more symbol like WREC. So the new text record, the text record for RDREC, text record for exit, text record for WREC. So because of these symbols, forward reference are occurred in a program, that will be solved during load time. So it will refer this text record and substitution will be done. So this is a second type of one pass assembler. Okay, so the second type is multi-pass assembler. In one pass assembler, two types are there, load and go, and the what we have seen till now, load and go, and the usual kind, that is a one pass assembler. Then the second one is multi-pass assembler. Instead of having the one pass, we can have more than one pass. So two pass comes under this type only. So now consider this example: alpha EQ beta, beta EQ delta, delta reserve word 1. So what is the problem in this example? Alpha initialized with the equal to beta, but beta is defined in the next line. beta equal to delta. Delta is defined in the next line. So forward reference here. So if we are using 2-pass assembler, in a 2-pass assembler what happened, it will be scanned here and object code will be generated. So the problem is not solved using 2-pass assembler. So this is because cannot be defined in pass 1. Actually, if we allow multi-pass proceeding, delta 1 defined in first pass, beta will be defined in second pass, and alpha is defined in 3-pass for the multi-pass assembler. So this problem cannot be solved using 2-pass assembler. So more than 1 pass can be used on this type of so it is unnecessary for multi-pass assembler to make more than 2 passes over the entire program. But what is the problem is if you increases this pass means scanning. So in, for example, 2 pass means the program will be scanned 2 times. If it is 3 pass means the program will be scanned 3 times. So it is a waste of time. So the program execution delayed for that. So how we can solve? Instead of that, what we can do is, so only the part of the program involving forward reference needed to be processed to multiple pass. So instead of considering entire program, so consider only the instruction symbols that involved in forward reference, and there you apply multiple passes. So this method presented here. So how we can process how to solve the forward reference. The implementation method is use a symbol table to store symbols that are not totally defined at. So data structure symbol table is used here. This is used to store the symbol that are not defined at. So the symbol table contains only the undefined symbol. So this is a separate symbol table, not like the before one. So in that all the symbols are entered and with the flag star, but here this symbol table contains only the undefined symbol. For undefined symbol, the entries are like symbol name and the number that defines a number of undefined symbol which contribute the calculation of its value. So how many undefined symbols are used, so that number count will be stored. So name and the counter. We also keep a list of symbols whose value depend on the defined value on this value. The next one is dependency. So this symbol, okay, what is a dependency? Using linked list, so we will list out. So the next one is when the symbol becomes defined, we use its value, re-evaluate the values of all the symbols that are kept in this list. So during the symbol is defined, now recalculation will be done. So linked list will give the information, so which and all symbols are depend on this. So it will refer that and it will substitute this and it will calculate the value. So this will be done recursively. So we'll see the example. So in this case, the data structures are symbol table and linked list for the implementations are used. So for example, half size equal to max length by 2, max length equal to buffend minus buffer. So half size depends on max length, that is defined in a next line, line number 2. So dependency forward reference, max length, buffend and buffer. So 2 dependency that will be defined in the later stage, buffer and buffend. So forward reference. Even the next symbol preserve byte equal to buffer minus 1. So it depends on buffer, forward reference. So these two symbol, because of these two symbol, the okay, so these forward reference are happened. So now how to solve using multi-pass. So this is after scanning the first line. So first line is half size equal to max length by 2. So now what happened? So this max length is undefined, so the calculation cannot be done. So enter to the symbol table half size, the symbol name, and this ampersand 1, that is a number of undefined symbols. So here undefined symbol is max length, so only one symbol depend on that. and max length is star. Star means not yet defined, so it will mark it as not yet defined. So max length is depends on half size. So this is a dependency list, linked list. So this is after scanning the first line. So after scanning the second line, max length equal to eq buff and minus buff. So now max length enter to the symbol table, and what is the number here? 2, because two symbols are depends for the calculation, so number will be 2. So here max length 2, buff and minus buffer, buffer and buffers are undefined symbol marked as star. Now these two are depends on max length. Preserve by depends on buffer minus 1, so buffer is undefined, already it's entered in a symbol table. So now buffer refer to one more symbol preserve by, so put into the list. So only one symbol depend. After fourth line, so in a fourth line buffer is defined. Now buffer is defined here, buffer okay, the forward reference here preserve by and max length, so these two can be substituted. Okay, so in whenever line number 2 you are considering max length, it depends on here. So once this is calculated, half size can be calculated. So in this case line number 4 buffer, so that will be substituted here and here. So buffer 1034, this is the address of that particular location. Consider it is 1034. Now buffer is okay, so that will be substituted here buffer, so the count decreases because only buff end is undefined. Now buffer is defined, then preserve by it will be calculated. So the calculation is buffer minus 1, 1034 minus 1, so 1033. So recalculation will be done. Now the last line after execution of fifth line, buff end location address is 2034, that will be substituted depends on here max length buff end minus buffer, so calculation will be done, that will be 1000. Then half size is max length minus max length by 2, that will be calculated. So all the symbols are defined and their values are calculated like this. So line by line the calculation will be done. So whenever okay, undefined symbols are encounter, that will be put into symbol table along with its name and count and mark it as undefined, and include a list which symbols are depends on that. So like this the recalculation will be done. So here also at the end, whenever you reach end, all the symbol must be defined. So if any symbol with the star, then that is a error. So this is the end of assembler design options.